Hello, my lovely viewers and subscribers. Join me to dig deep and figure out when a husband is really going through a midlife crisis. That is very personal and is a complex question. A midlife crisis typically involves a period of emotional turmoil that can show up through major life changes, self-doubt, impulsive decisions, or shifts in behavior, often between the ages of 40 and 60. A midlife crisis is a term we all heard before, but what does it really mean, especially when it comes to our relationships? For many of us, the idea of a midlife crisis conjures up images of sports cars and flashy purchases, but in reality, it is so much more than that. It is a complex and often confusing time of life that can leave both men and women feeling uncertain and restless. So, how do you know if your husband is experiencing a midlife crisis? One sign might be a sudden change in behavior. Maybe he has become more withdrawn or irritable, or perhaps he has started taking more risks than usual. Another sign could be a change in appearance. Has started dressing differently or become more interested in his physical health. That's a good thing. Maybe he has even started making big purchases or talking about making drastic changes to your life together. Here are some common signs people associate with a midlife crisis. Sudden changes in appearance, hobbies, or interests, even for the women too. Impulsive decisions, quitting a job, buying expensive things, etc. Expressing dissatisfaction with life, career, or relationships. Seeking excitement or younger companions. Withdrawal, irritability, or depression. These all go on during midlife crisis. Talking about mixed opportunities or a desire to start over lifestyle changes can also be a giveaway. He has started working longer hours or become more interested in hobbies outside of the home. Maybe he has even started to question the choices he has made in life, from his career to his relationships. These changes can be subtle at first, but over time, they can add up and leave you feeling like you are losing the person you love. It is vice versa. It's also worth noting that a midlife crisis can manifest in different ways depending on the individual. Some men might become more introspective and withdrawn, while others might become more extroverted and attention-seeking. The key is to pay attention to what's normal for your partner and to be aware of any significant changes. A midlife crisis is often described as a period of introspection and self-doubt that can occur when someone reaches middle age. It is a time when people often start to reflect on their accomplishments and feel a sense of mortality. This reflection can lead to feelings of anxiety, depression, and discontentment. One common misconception about midlife crisis is that they are just about men wanting to relive their youth. In reality, it is a much complex issue. The triggers for a midlife crisis can vary widely, but common ones including aging, health problems, and significant life changes. For some people, a midlife crisis might be triggered by the loss of a loved one or a major career change. For others, it might be a more gradual process, building on years of unaddressed feelings and regrets. One expert notes that a midlife crisis is often about more than just the individual. It's also about the relationships in their lives. When someone is going through a midlife crisis, their relationships can be severely impacted. Partners and loved ones may feel confused, hurt, or even abandoned by the changes they are seeing. For me, during my husband's midlife crisis, and even my own self, was that he wished he can live life altogether again. Not necessarily that he is full of regrets, not that, but there were certain decisions he wouldn't have taken that he did. Same goes for me, myself. I went through midlife crisis myself. He suddenly started taking up more assignments to make up for the time lost financially. You start feeling that, you have not made enough money for retirement. At first, I thought it was just a phase. But as time went on, I realized that he was going through his midlife issues. By being open and honest with each other, we were able to walk through midlife crisis and come out stronger on the other side. To navigate a midlife crisis, it is essential to communicate openly and honestly with your partner. This means being willing to listen to their concerns and feelings, even if they are difficult to hear. It also means being honest about your own feelings and needs. So communication is the key, and you can work it out together. By working together, you can build a stronger, more resilient relationships that can withstand the changes of a midlife crisis. In conclusion, if you suspect your husband is going through a midlife crisis, the most important thing you can do is communicate with him. Try to understand what he's going through and be open about it. Not be open about your own feelings, how it is affecting you as a wife. Don't be afraid to seek outside help if you need it. If your husband is showing several of such signs and it is out of character, it might be a sign he's going through midlife crisis. However, it could also be stress, depression, or other personal struggles. So you should be able to differentiate it as a partner, as a wife. If you have experienced a midlife crisis in your own relationship, I want to hear about it. Leave a comment below and let's get the conversation started. Also, don't forget to like, share, and click on the notification bell for more videos. Be sure to check out my other video on maintaining a healthy relationship during challenging times for more tips and insights. Thanks for watching till the end. See you in my next video. Bye from Grandma Esohe. God bless you. Bye-bye.